right. Trying again for the second time. I'm gonna make it short. Realized I was filming forward at a bush as opposed to me in the background on the river. Long story short, Netanyahu is flying over to meet Trump. He's going to threaten nuclear weapons usage against Iran to get us to do his bidding, because we don't want to see nuclear weapons exchanged or used against Iran or anybody else, because it'll bring in China and it'll bring in Russia. Those wars, the Ukraine-Russian war and the Iran war, have merged. A couple days ago, Iran took out two Iranian ships that were in transport between Russia and Iran in the Caspian Sea, which is a landlocked sea that borders those countries. And that makes the previous 500-kilometer distance between the southernmost Ukraine kinetic action and the northernmost Iranian U.S. kinetic action zero. And with regards to Israel and their nukes, they stole that technology. They stole 260 pounds of fissile material from NUMEC, N-U-M-E-C, ran by Ben Shapiro's uncle, the podcaster's uncle, back in 1966. It might not have been uncle, but it was definitely a relative. And Mossad was in on it. Our CIA was infiltrated by Mossad through James Angleton, who was a traitor and a spy for Mossad. And we don't acknowledge that Israel has nukes, even though they do have nukes, okay? And why do we do that? Because under nuclear non-proliferation laws, we wouldn't be able to give them aid. They wouldn't be able to have their parasitic fangs embedded in the U.S. taxpayer like they do. Anyways, that's what's on the agenda. That's what's going to be discussed in the White House, that Netanyahu is going to threaten to use nukes because Iran has only gotten stronger, and they would be considered an existential threat to Israel. And in time, and I'll get to this later, Turkey's going to get into this thing too. But Israel, in 5-6 years, if not sooner, Israel will cease to exist. And I have degrees in political science from the best universities, or one of the best universities in the country, UC Davis. I'm also a retired attorney and was taught how to think and analyze. And that was, and you combine those things and just sort of everybody has a wheelhouse. This is my wheelhouse. And that's what's going to occur. So this lull is a lull in this Iranian war, and it's going to reignite again. Can't tell you the exact date, but it will. And it's not over, and it's going to just simply escalate. And my fear is that it'll lead to World War III, with China and Russia getting into it. And if we deplete our arsenal further and strip from the Pacific to give the CENTCOM in the Middle East, Mediterranean area, then China is probably going to do something like a blockade. And what are we going to do about it on Taiwan? This whole thing's going global, guys, and it's a problem. So I can't give advice of what to do, but if you're smart, you're at least getting some supplies and some other things to ride out shortages at times, and things of that nature. So I'm just going to leave it at that for right now. But good to see everybody again.